Welcome to Pipe Time. I'm Ross and I'm with the Briar Shoppe, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the materials that pipes are made out of and the different finishes they come in. The main material for pipes, which you're used to, for which our store is named, is briar. That is a root burl that grows on the white heath tree and it only grows around the Mediterranean. It's harvested by hand, cut up by artisans called sawyers, sent all around Europe to be graded, to be dried out and cured for your smoking enjoyment. And it looks very much like this. It's sort of a pinky brown wood with a very nice dense burl pattern. This is because briar is perfect for its heat retention abilities and its absorbency. It makes a really great smoking instrument. It was first used in France. If we look at this pipe here, this is a beautiful Castello Collector's Edition. We'll see that there's this gorgeous grain pattern here, bird's eye, on both sides. This is very highly prized for its smoking ability and for its aesthetic beauty. Another one that you might be familiar with is a straight grain, in which the entire bowl is covered in almost perfect lines, or flame grain when it sort of has this beautiful fire-like pattern around the bowl. All of these make for a very expensive pipe and a very, very good smoking pipe. This is not going to be having any sand pits. It won't have any sort of random grain patterns. And so what you're going to get is when pipe makers come across beautiful burl like that, they want to make a smooth pipe. Now that just means that it's been sanded down and covered with a wax, usually carnauba wax or a beeswax, sometimes lacquer, and it makes just for almost the most beautiful pipe that you can get. If a pipe has really excellent grain patterns, but might have a couple sand pits or something, then they'll often do a nice little sand blast. Now if you look real closely, you can still see the grain of this pipe, and it's really awesome. This is a Dunhill shell briar, as a lot of people are this is a very prized type of pipe. And that's real horn right there as well. We're looking at just a really fantastic way of making the burl and the grain patterns come out without sacrificing a pit or having to fill it. The other way pipes come is what we call rusticated. That's going to be a carved surface. It feels very nice in the hand. It's got that nice rustic, rough touch to it that a lot of people like in their pipes. Now stems come in three main materials, actually two. One is lucite or acrylic, and that's just going to be your black plastic. Very high density, and some people don't like it because it's a little hard on the teeth. Some other people prefer it because it's a little easier to clean and stays very nice and black. The other one is vulcanite, and vulcanite is a mixture of rubber and sulfur, and it does tend to oxidize green if you leave it out too long, but it is very comfortable in the teeth, and it's what most older pipes will have. There is a third option, and that's called a Cumberland stem. It's beautiful. This is a vulcanite with an extra amount of sulfur swirled through it, and so it turns out to be almost like a wood grain. It's very beautiful. Okay? That's briar, or generally what I can say about briar. And here we have a couple other options for the ways that pipes come. One is the good old classic corn cob. Most of them are made by Missouri Meerschaum Company. It's an old company. It's the oldest American pipe company. Now, corn smokes a little sweet, and so a lot of and it doesn't last as long as briar, and so a lot of people think it's a low-grade pipe. But in fact, if you smoke the right tobacco in it, it can be a very enjoyable pipe. And you can see Missouri Meerschaum Company rubs the outside of this of the corn cob with clay, so it gives it a nice, hard, smooth surface to grip. Now this is an interesting corn because they have actually a copyrighted corn breed that grows with an extra large cob, and when they strip off the kernels, it goes to mostly feed for livestock. Now, Another classic is meerschaum. Meerschaum is a coral aggregate stone that is mined in Eskişehir, Turkey. That is going to be incredibly porous, incredibly light, and makes for a very neutral smoke. Now, it has the wonderful quality of absorbing the oils from the tobacco and the oils from your hands. It will color a beautiful golden brown as you smoke it. It's very highly prized for its neutral qualities. You're not going to get what some people call a nutty or an oaky taste as you will in briar. Some of them can be carved, as you know, quite intricately by master carvers who've been working at it for hundreds of generations. And here we have a calabash. Now, calabash was originally made from the calabash gourd, but now it's mostly made from mahogany. The reason for that is we sort of overbred calabash to where the gourd no longer takes shape, and it's become very rare. So if you have a calabash gourd pipe, hold on to it. Now, the benefits of a calabash is that underneath the usually meerschaum bowl, you have a small chamber, sometimes quite a large chamber, that will make the smoke sort of come to terms with itself and make for a very smooth and cool smoke. And while they are the hardest pipes to smoke in a lot of ways and the hardest pipes to maintain, they can make for one of the most rewarding smokes available. I usually don't suggest meerschaum or calabashes for beginner pipe smokers, but instead going straight for the really nice, beautiful briars that we have available here and that are readily available online or in other stores. Thank you for joining us on Pipe Time. If you have any questions, please put it in the comments and we'll get back to you. Thank you very much.